Hello, hello. What's up, guys? You are watching The Couch Casuals, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez, here, as always, with my lovely partner.
What's up, guys? My name is Kyle Diorio, and we're bringing you the UFC 305 pre-show.
Who do we have headlining this stacked card?
We have two beautiful African men. One from South Africa, one from New Zealand. We have Dricus du Plessis versus the StyleBender himself, Israel Adesanya. The return.
The return of StyleBender. Now, this is interesting because Izzy's last fight was what? The loss to Sean Strickland?
Yeah, last fight was Sean Strickland.
Last year?
Months ago. Yeah, which is his longest layoff since starting the UFC.
And this is, I think I saw the stat, if it's correct, his 12th title fight in a row.
Yeah.
12.
Crazy, man. A lot of people are upset he's getting a title shot. I'm not. I'll explain why later.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. Are there any prelim honorable mentions that you want to give out?
Well, we got a couple of notable names. Junior Tafa, my girl Casey, the King O'Neal. Those two are actually fighting each other.
Oh, wow. Tafa versus O'Neal?
It should be a barn burner. Women's flyweight versus men's heavyweight.
I got O'Neal versus O'Neal by knockout.
Yeah, I think his chin. I don't think his chin can stand it. But as far as like, prelim looks okay overall. You know, check it out if you got ESPN Plus,
or if you have any other streaming outlets.
We do not approve of that here at Couch Casuals.
We don't. No, we don't. And you know who doesn't? Dana White doesn't. So don't do it.
Daddy Dana does not, and he'll have your head. Anyway, we do got a pretty good little main card this week.
I think so.
I'm pretty hyped. You know, last month, a little bit of a letdown, but the card was decent. Just a little disappointing overall.
I feel like it had the makings. It had the makings to be a great card.
It had the makings.
It had the beans and it had the mash, but it just.
We got some beans here. We got some mash. I don't know what they eat in South Africa.
Bugs. No.
Whoa. Oh.
All right. We're not talking about the Brazilians, but it's whatever.
They eat bunny chow.
Are you?
That's what it's called.
Is that factual?
Malva pudding.
Hang on.
Biltong. All right. Let's look at bunny chow real quick. It literally, I looked up a picture. It looks like a piece of loaf bread cut in half with like gravy on it.
Now, you remember when I ate Vegemite on the podcast?
Yeah. We're not getting. Well, I don't think we're gonna be able to get bunny chow.
You can't get bunny chow. I'll call a guy, and I'll get bunny chow all day.
You can get bunny chow. Get you some bunny chow. It may be good.
Okay.
God, they took a half of a Wonder Bread and cut that bitch in half. And I'm not talking like one piece. I'm talking like the loaf.
That's insane.
It's a bit much. We got the bunny. We got the chow. It could be the makings of a great dinner.
Well, let's go, bro. Let's get into the bunny chow of this main card. Who's opening it up?
First up, we have Carlos Prates or Prates. I'm assuming Prates. Prates. He's from Brazil versus the Leech, Li Jingliang.
When is the last time you heard that name, Li Jingliang?
Been a while, man. He's been on every cursed card from as long as I can remember. This poor guy.
You know what I remember most about him? The last time I heard his name?
What?
He went to a suit shop. He went to a tailor and got the freshest. I'm telling you, look at this dude. I'm pulling up the picture right now.
Clean.
Dude, looks so clean, dude.
Fresh.
Who was he supposed to fight? Kevin Holland?
Yeah, Kevin Holland.
And then the whole mix up with like Hamzat and you know, Nate and Tony and bro, he went out there and he got manhandled by Hamzat.
Well, no, he fought Hamzat on a different card, and then
because
Hamzat manhandled
he fought Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
So who did Lee fight that night?
He didn't get a fight. He was cut out of the pay-per-view. That's why he got fucked. He was cut completely.
Not only did he get cut out of the pay-per-view, he got cut from the press conference.
Yeah.
And
he
that's
had his fresh suit and didn't get to wear it. And then I think when he finally did get to wear it at a press conference, he lost that split decision to Rodriguez that I remember thinking he should have won. He got just screwed.
So, without even doing an analysis, I'm going to pick not even like a casual, like a super casual. I'm going Li Jingliang.
I'm picking the Leech, dude. He deserves some shine.
Most.
This dude needs some shine.
He needs some bad, bro. Dude, you know how much he spent on that suit?
How much?
Probably half of his paycheck. Probably his show.
He didn't get
his show money.
I hope he at least got some money for that because he was supposed to be on that card.
Oh man.
I don't really know Carlos Prates.
Does he have a UFC record?
Oh boy, he's 2-0 in the UFC, and he is a massive favorite.
What are you talking about, massive? Now, when you say massive, I'm assuming like 300, 400?
Minus 325.
Lee. Come on the couch. Come on the couch, casuals.
Lee, we're gonna back you no matter what.
Oh, 100%. You just,
because we don't know Mr. Carlos Prates.
And who wants to know Carlos Prates? He's Brazilian. Now that's a whole itself. That's some bunny chow itself. But Li Jingliang, that dude, he's always gonna sit with me because he's a striker. He'll go out there and he'll give it his all. He's like a male Zhang Weili. and so I'm ready for anything that he's got as far as stand up goes. So
let's do it. Let's see it, Lee.
We're starting out the card. Agreeable.
Staying agreed. We're going to move on to another fan favorite, or at least couch casual favorite, in Mr. Tai Shui Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Roizenstruik.
You almost got it, but
no, I felt it. It didn't feel right.
No. You almost got it, and you know why Ty's a favorite? Cause he goes out and swing and bangs.
He does, and it's got him some big wins, and it's got him some bad losses.
So does Rosenstrike, though. So does Rosenstrike. So
true.
I don't think that you're seeing a grappling match. But now, you would see, like, in the past, two strikers go up against each other. Some guy gets cocky with his grappling, and he turns it, I don't want to strike with him. Let's just turn it into a grappling match. My grappling's better. I really don't see any, besides, like, some clinch work up against the cage.
Yeah, up against the cage. I think Conor McGregor said it best. The first one to shoot's a dusty bitch. Right? I think that's how this fight's going to play out.
Okay. If you had your guess at who's going to be the dusty bitch, who is it?
Oh man, I really don't think either will, but we'll say I think Ty's on a 4-fight losing streak.
I didn't know it was that bad.
It's bad. He needs this win. I think he needs this win.
I didn't know it was that bad.
If anyone shoots, it's gonna be Ty, and I don't think he will.
Well, he's when he pressured Derek Lewis up against the cage, that was like, now he did end that with like an elbow or something like that, and he knocked Derek out. And that's why I initially did the shoey, because I was like, there's no way he's knocking Derek Lewis out. If he knocks Derek Lewis out, I'll do a shoey.
We got a shoey. And
he knocked Derek Lewis out, so.
Man, this is a tough fight. Roizenstruik's record's not much. Well, it's better.
Well, look at the one striker that just straight up went at him in the first 10 seconds. and that was Francis.
Francis, yeah, dude.
He backed him up against the cage, shovel punch, like he's digging in the trenches, and he knocked out Jairzinho Rosenstrike
violently.
Oh, bro. And then up against he just slumped against the cage. If Ty takes it to this dude early, doesn't give him like feints or like something to download, I think that Ty could do it. But he has to be sporadic. He has to be unpredictable.
He has to go, dude.
You gotta go, dude.
But will Ty be afraid?
No.
The chin's weakening. You're 0-4 in the last 4.
Who's his? Hang on. Yeah. Who's his fights against?
All right. I mean,
Cyril Gane.
Hold on. I gotta pull it back up. Cyril Gane. Sergey Pavlovich.
Who you self-proclaimed like that's a scary dude. Now I think he's scary too. Yeah. Okay, so 2 scary dudes on the feet.
Alex Volkov. Very technical, but
very technical dude.
And I don't remember Tybura. Tybura is his name.
Oh, Marcin Tybura?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fight those dudes.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to fight any of these guys. I wouldn't want to fight Rosenstrike.
I'm not saying this is winnable for Ty. You know he's a CCMA favorite.
I'm saying this is winnable for both of them.
Who you got?
Who do you have?
Jairzinho Rosenstrike. I got him by knockout. I got him by flush knockout. I love Ty. If he wins, I'll do a shoey on the podcast. How about that?
That's nice. I'm also picking Rosenstrike.
Come on. Ty, you're a CCMMA favorite, just not this time.
We love you, bro. We want to see you win. Oh, our hearts pick you. Our hearts pick you. But my God, your chin scares me.
Now, even when he beat Greg Hardy, he got kind of checked, and
he got wobbled.
That knee kind of buckled.
He wobbled against Derek Lewis.
If Jairzinho puts his strikes together and doesn't go out there and get intimidated or caught early, it's going to be a bad night for Ty.
I think no matter what, this fight ends under a minute and a half.
Let's hope so. We need a barn burner. We need a barn burner.
A fun, wild 1 minute and a half.
Right.
That's what she said.
That's what she gets.
That's what she gets. Give it to her. Give it to me.
So that being said, are we?
We're sticking together so far.
That's us, dude. You're my favorite co-host of all time. Because that's what we do. On this, we stick together. Now, don't mind House Divided.
Yeah, House Divided was an anomaly, dude. I don't even know what happened there, really.
Whatever. Sometimes we have differing opinions, but I feel like this card, we're gonna coincide with each other.
Oh.
Anyways, on to the next. What do we have next?
We have another CC fan favorite, Dan the Hangman Hooker, hopefully blonde hooker, versus Mateusz Gamrot.
Gamrot,
Yeah, Gamrot. That's all you really need to know.
Now, this guy Gamrot is wrestle heavy.
Yeah, I very much expect a repeat of Leon Edwards and that one dude that won last month.
Oh, the other guy?
The other guy. Yeah, I forgot his name.
We should be better at remembering his name.
You would think.
He should make his nickname like Remember the Name or something.
Remember the Name.
That's
a good nickname.
Yeah, but it's so cocky. Like, you need to do something to remember the name. You know what I'm saying?
Who? Remember the Name?
I think he's like a CM Punk teammate or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think Punk called him out on Raw randomly. But
anyways, dude, that guy's never making it on CCMMA. Now, this isn't like
always welcome.
This isn't a this isn't a top platform yet. But when we get there,
I'm having Punk on. I'll kick Robert off for a week if I have to. It'll be the Kyle and Punk show.
Yeah, dude, I'll become Drew McIntyre real quick. I know where you stay, bro. I know where you
will. You don't know shit.
Anyways, on to the next fight. I think that Gamrot has a lot of potential. Has he fought the champ, Makhachev? Or was that somebody else?
Has he?
If you were to look up his record.
No. He has not.
Oh, that's Armin Charukian.
Yeah. Some of these guys are easy to get their names mixed up.
Right. So Arman has fought the champ, but Gamrot is just he's sitting, he's seething, bro. He wants his title shot.
He's a guy that could get it very soon.
Is Dan Hooker the way to go?
Probably not. It's not going to get you a big jump in the rankings. At 11 and you're 5 doesn't make a ton of sense. But I mean, if that's what they put in front of you, and that's what
he's a name though. Dan Hooker is a name.
Yeah, that's a big name. You get a name on your resume. You probably don't get a title fight off of it though. But you could try. I mean, who cares at this point? Everybody calls out the champ. Maybe he'll call out John Jones or Connor after the fight.
That's the only money fights they got. Do you think he WFs Dan Hooker?
I think the WF is coming. We see what happens when Dan gets in those type of fights. He just gets dominated, sadly. He has almost no answer for it.
Which I feel like he would if the rules were different. Yeah. Now, a lot of these guys, it's like, I don't know what they're training for sure. But if you can knee a ground opponent, it would change everything. Oh, it would change everything. But there's a limited set of rules in the UFC. Now, if you want to play that game, go ahead. Go to One Championship and go somewhere in Abu Dhabi, Eagle FC, something like that.
Shout out Khabib.
Shout out Khabib.
Hopefully your taxes issue is over.
Indebted to the Russian government. But whatever. Hey, Papaka's sitting right here, brother. I always got your back.
You're welcome.
So, that being said, I got Dan Hooker.
You got Dan.
Do you think I want to have Dan?
I think you want to have Dan. I just don't think you think it's a smart choice.
We got to differentiate sooner because I know you got Gamrot.
You're picking with your heart, aren't you?
Dude, he's tatted. Have you seen his new tats?
No, I haven't.
He's a dude.
Let me look these tats up and see if that sways my pick.
He looks like Braveheart, dude.
Braveheart never had any tats. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if you were to dude, if Braveheart did have tats,
I typed in Dan Hook. Hey, he covered himself up with tats pretty quickly.
Calves, chest, stomach, I think.
Is Dan Hooker going through a midlife crisis?
He's going through a record crisis.
He is going through a record crisis.
You're talking about the dude. He's fought the champ. He's fought Dustin Poirier. He's fought the upper echelon of the lightweight division. He's fought at 145.
Yeah.
Edson Barbosa. And just, guy's not found much success.
Nah, not against the tops. He keeps himself there. He'll get a win against a couple of middle to lower ranked opponents.
Do you think he's a gatekeeper?
He might be a bit of a gatekeeper.
No.
I want Dan to win. Would I put money on Dan to win?
That's a different conversation. We're not talking about gambling. But if you're going to gamble on any of these fights, go to DraftKings.com/CCMMA for your promo code. Call 1-800-GAMBLERS if you have a gambling problem. Now, you might not think or know that you have a gambling problem, but check it out. Go through the motions.
You wake up wanting to gamble on breakfast or lunch or the red light, maybe you should call them.
The number is in the bio. for sure. Always will be, because we are sponsored by DraftKings.com.
We think we are. We don't really know.
Someday we have the promo code. Don't know what it does because
I don't think it works. But
I don't gamble. No. It works. I just don't gamble.
Fair enough. I do. I can't use it. I think because I'm an existing customer. So
It would be like conflict of interest. Yeah.
Exactly. So y'all guys can try it. Tell us if it works. I'm taking Gamrot. Taking Mateusz Gamrot. Dude, look. My heart is being torn up on this card because, like, I want to pick with my heart, but I can't all the time.
You always go CKB, City Kickboxing. That's the camp. When they're all on the same card together, it's game over.
You better. Hopefully. I've picked 0 CKBs so far, but if things will change momentarily.
So,
I believe.
Divided.
First time today.
Who's next?
We got my boy, little man himself. He'd probably beat my ass for just saying that. Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg.
Now, this Steve Erceg guy, he got some kind of ranked win and then shot up to a title shot just because it's like he's fresh. He's the fresh name.
Straight out of well, it was also the very much post UFC 300 curse. He beat Matt Schnell, got a title shot.
Matt Schnell?
Matt Schnell.
Do you know what Schnell means in German? Quickly. Schnell. Quickly. So I think it's a sign.
He got it quick, that's for damn sure.
But did he capitalize? No. So now he's fighting beneath him as Kai Kara France, which is.
What do you mean beneath him?
What
Steve
are they?
Erceg is still only ranked 7.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was like ranked 7 or 8 when he got the title shot. He was not. Kai Kara France was ahead of him at the time.
I'm sitting here thinking that he got like a good ranking, shot up, and
he was 7 in that title fight.
What's going on?
Let's take a peek at the UFC men's flyweight division, shall we?
Sure.
Let's uncover what happened. Athlete rankings, flyweight. You have your boy Alexander Pantoja. You have Brandon Royval at 2. You have Brandon Moreno, so he's beat 1 and 2.
He beat Moreno.
Amir Albazi at 3. This dude looks like Nate Diaz mixed with somebody, and I can't put my finger on it. Kai Kara France at 4, who's lost to Moreno. Tatsuro Taira. He's 16-0.
I think you need to be a linguist. You need to pronounce names.
I should, dude. Alex Perez at 6, and then 7 is Astro Boy Steve Erceg himself. So I don't know if the guys ahead of him were just the timing didn't make sense. Brandon Royval and Moreno didn't deserve another shot right away. I don't know.
I think Moreno's fighting at the Sphere, no?
I think so.
But just at this point in time, when the fights fall how they fall, can't be mad how they fall.
No.
I got Kai. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to it. There's no analysis needed. I ride with my CKB boys.
Kai.
He's he's a monster.
He's that dude. And
hang on. Can you give me your best Kai impression?
I don't think I have no idea.
Not even not voice necessarily, but when he's at the face-offs or the weigh-ins.
Dude, he's a fucking little psycho, dude.
Bro.
I don't know what his actual nickname is, but it should be Little Psycho.
Little Psycho?
Yeah, Kai Kara France. They're both coming off a loss. I'm going with Kai. KO at some point, I hope. Could be a piece up 3-rounder.
How did Usyk lose against Pantoja?
Decision. He got pieced up.
Pantoja's not a finisher like that. Not that I've, went to war with Moreno, went to a decision with Usyk. Like,
I guess it's like there's not a ton of finishers at flyweight.
There could be.
Roy Vol's not much of a finisher. Brandon Moreno, he has some finishes. I wouldn't call him a finisher.
He liver kicked Kai.
He did. He put Kai down. I don't really know Amir and Tetsuro's records very well to have real much of an opinion there. So, we're sticking with Kai, City Kickboxing. Are we ready for the main event of the evening?
So that was the co?
That was your co-main event?
Now, this is a 3-round co, right?
I believe so. The website doesn't say.
They do like a special every now and then, a 5-man co.
It doesn't say.
Which I think, their website. In my opinion, I think a 5-round co is perfect. It's a perfect setup because it's like, okay, you're not main event material yet, but we're setting you up to be. So, like, why would you go straight from 3 rounds to 5? That's insane to me.
Game with a 5-round co, or what about this? How about a 4-round co-main event?
What would the math even be? You'd have to have more anyways. We need more judges anyways.
The judges are all messed up anyway. It don't matter. Yeah.
I think I'm ready. I'm ready for the main. Are you ready for the main?
I'm ready for the main, dude.
You're talking about City Kickboxing. No. This guy is City Kickboxing.
This is the City Kickboxer. The return of the StyleBender himself, Israel Adesanya, versus the current reigning middleweight champion, Dricus du Plessis. And while you're drinking, I will go ahead and explain why I think Israel doesn't deserve the title shot. I know a lot of people are upset he's getting the title shot.
Wow.
I'm not saying there's other people that don't deserve it too, but we're talking about Israel Adesanya. We're talking about a guy who has been nothing but a workhorse for the UFC in terms of number of fights, number of defenses. He is 1-3 in his last 3, or 1-2 in his last 3. But prior to that, the dude was unstoppable minus his light heavyweight attempt. And let's analyze the 1-3, shall we?
Sure.
Sean Strickland, probably the greatest game plan, just like following your game plan type fight I've ever seen.
That's brain and body failing you. That's the 11th title fight that you've had in since what, 2018, something like, or not really, but like skyrocketed up, had been fighting nothing but title fights. You're burnt out. Your body's like, hey, I should be piecing this guy up, and I'm not. What's going on? What's going on?
To me? Prior to that, his 2 fights prior to that is against the reigning, defending light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira. This guy is no joke. This guy is one of the best in the UFC today, and he's proven that. His star is probably higher than Israel's at this point in time.
Go ahead. I'm just...
You get knocked out to Alex in a fight that you're mostly winning. He's the only guy to do that to Alex, to be piecing him up like that for 5 rounds. Obviously, he did lose. And then he's the only guy to knock him out.
Cold. When he goes down, hammer fist, boom.
And at the end of the day, this is a business. Israel Adesanya brings eyes. He is
sells tickets.
He sells tickets. He's not maybe Conor McGregor as far as like that, but he is a Conor McGregor type person, type character. It is what it is. Israel, he was going to come back to a main event whenever he came back, and
sure,
it's time. This was the fight to make.
So His only failed 205 attempt was against Jan Blachowicz.
Jan Blachowicz.
Which it wasn't like, I don't know.
It felt like one of those I don't even know how serious he was about it, because he came in, he weighed in at 197
with a box of donuts.
Dude.
That was most of his weight, was the box of donuts.
I think he went into it thinking, I want to prove everybody that I can do this without the weight. Like,
he tried to Mike Perry it. I'm going to be lighter. I'm going to be faster. I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Jan Blachowicz is cutting to 205.
Yeah, when he got his hands on him, there just wasn't anywhere to go, sadly.
Do you remember that? Hang on, real quick. Do you remember that post-fight interview? Not with the interviewer, but like they're talking to each other, and he's like, "Yeah, you cut through my guard like butter. My guard was butter." And Jan goes, "You need bodyguard."
Yeah, it's so funny, dude.
You need a bodyguard. How much? How much you pay? And Izzy's like, what? It was just lost in translation. But I think that's one of the funniest fight interactions. Besides Izzy versus Marvin Vettori.
Oh, brother.
Where he's like, he beats Marvin Vettori sound, bro. And after the fight, after the fifth round bell, he goes, yeah. He goes, hey, at least you can admit that I won that one, right?
I won.
And Marvin goes, what the fuck? You think you won?
Marvin Vettori.
Izzy's like, oh, God.
Marvin's another one of those that's like unintentionally hilarious.
He's
so aggressive.
He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he does. But
this dude's psycho.
All that being said, Izzy's ran through the 185 division a couple of times. You're talking about Robert Whittaker twice, Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero. Made Yoel Romero look fucking stupid. This guy is next level, and you don't even have to ask me because I'm going to tell you, he's going to... In a 3-round fight, my boy, Darren Till, kicked the fuck out of DDP. Izzy's got such good takedown defense. A la Kelvin Gastelum. I don't see what DDP can do. He's not going to do it on the hands.
DDP has been a wrecking ball. He's been this guy that
has been that
guy who has just stormed through the rankings. Every fight I watched, I thought he was supposed to lose, and at times he looked like he would, but he's just like, I don't know. He's a dangerous man. Anyone in the UFC can get slapped by Dricus du Plessis at any point. It doesn't matter. Problem is, I think his style lends perfectly into Israel's style, and I think Izzy gets the win here. I'm with you
100%.
So we're going to see a 3-time middleweight champion in Israel Adesanya. That's my expectation. At the end, I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm saying if Dricus could storm Izzy so hard that he gets one of those just knockouts.
He's too sloppy.
Hey, he's not technical.
You're talking about a dude in Izzy that's had just a good layoff. You don't want to prolong the time he's getting up there. He's getting up there in age. He doesn't need to. He's been active for as long as I can remember.
He's a man who's deserved a little bit of a break. Hopefully we get we're going to get some cringe at the press conference, I'm sure. I'm excited to see what we get. On skates like Elsa, maybe he'll hit the floss on him afterward.
We'll drop like the Twin Towers. That was a
rough one. Israel's had some very cringy lines.
You can't just say that, Izzy. Come on.
He's a character.
He's a character. Showed up with that dog chain or whatever it was it was a Jet Li movie apparently or something like that.
And then him getting in the cage with Dricus. Come on. Say it back.
Now, he was wearing the pearls, wearing the vintage T-shirt. You don't think he was a little?
He was drunk, dude. He got in that cage in front of the whole world.
You don't think he was a little?
It just went off.
But I'll give you a question. Has the heat died on this a little bit or no?
Probably so.
Just
However, it can
the
be
amount of time.
reignited.
The amount of
Yeah,
time.
it can be reignited like that.
What's gonna reignite it?
Get us a good press conference. Get us some press conference clips.
That word?
That's the way to do it.
That word.
So. It's enough for me.
So you know that Sean Strickland gets the winner of this fight.
Good. He deserves it.
Who handles that situation better? DDP is like, I already beat this dude in a decision. Israel's like, I already lost to this dude. Literally, I think 5 rounds to none. Do you want to be like that or no?
Sean Izzy.
5 rounds to none.
I have to rewatch it.
4-1.
I feel like I was leaning 4-1 back in the day. I don't know for sure. It's been too long for me to kind of.
I saw it on vacation. I was in Springfield, Missouri, my hometown, meth capital of the world.
Hell yeah.
I was like, okay, that's 1 for Sean, 2 for Sean, 3 for Sean. I go, okay, well, now all he has to do.
It was a surprising night.
Now all he has to do is, you have the knockdown in round 1, I believe. Yeah. And so it's like round 4 for Sean. Like, last 30 seconds, Sean's like, let's go.
Yeah,
I'm like,
got hyped up.
5 rounds for Sean against one of the best middleweights ever. Outside of the Spider, outside of Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
He's just 5 rounds to nil.
Crazy.
You're talking about a brain malfunction. You're talking about
crazy.
It doesn't happen again. It doesn't happen again. He's not getting shut out 5-0. No.
I think Izzy has a better mindset. Theoretically, I think Izzy would have a better mindset going into the Sean fight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was taking him lightly. Maybe something happened. I don't know. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying I don't know what's going on in his head. You definitely go into the second fight with Sean hyper focused.
Oh, 100%.
To make up for that. Dricus arguably didn't win that fight. I thought he did beat Sean, but I know it was an extremely close fight. Come on. It was very close.
You got to do something with your takedowns. I'm not a WF fan.
No, I hate WFs.
If you're gonna do something, if you're gonna take him down, you got to pound him.
Do something.
You got to pound him out. You got to move, split his guard, advance position. You cannot just lay in guard with your forearms on his chest. Hey, I was on top and I was in control. Were you though? So I need you to do something while you're on top. If you split Izzy's guard, which, good luck, DDP.
Yeah, do something.
I don't think he's got anything. I think, can I be wild for a second?
Be wild.
I got Izzy by submission.
Whoa, that's pretty wild. I won't go that far. But
how many?
Insane.
Real quick. How many submissions does Izzy have in his career?
I don't know.
I don't know any notable ones. Submissions. I don't know any notable ones. He might have some in his early days as amateur, his early pro, but in the UFC, I don't think he has any.
I think he has one.
I got Izzy by submission.
Adesanya has never finished someone by submission in his career.
He will. He will Saturday.
That's a crazy take. I think likely you're getting maybe a knockout, probably like a 5-round decision.
Point fight? You think he's going to point fight DDP?
Yeah, that's his bread and butter.
Yeah. Okay.
Point fight that man.
Okay, so we are differentiating, but only on the way the fight goes.
The way the fight ends. And we only have one fight for BRs, and that's Gamrot Dan Hooker.
Oh, Dan Hooker's going to smoke that guy.
I hope you're right. You know what? I hope you are right. I just don't think it's going to happen.
He's had such a long time to work on his grappling. Gamrot's good. He hasn't.
We're getting one WF Saturday night, and it's going to probably be that fight.
Or the main, and I'm...
Bruh, if the main's a WF, I'm going to scream. I'm going to pull my hair out.
I'll pull your hair out.
Please. Tweeze these little guys, you know?
I hope not. I
don't think so.
As much as as casual as we are, and as much as we poke fun at the sport itself, and maybe even some of the fighters like Bilal Muhammad. There you go.
We know his name. It's Bilal Muhammad.
There you
You're just
go.
kidding. You're a champion now, Bilal.
Yeah, you're never welcome on CCMMA, by the way.
You're welcome, honestly. We need the clicks.
We do need the clicks. Aljamain Sterling, we don't. It's just it's just teasing. It's just poking.
We're fans of all these guys. If you're in the cage, unless you're just an absolute piece of dirt, we probably like you somewhere.
Did you hear about Charles Crazy Horse Bronson? No. What's his name? Crazy Horse. He snapped his 42 fight losing streak this past week.
42 fight.
Charles Crazy Horse. I don't know his last name. I think it's Bronson, but who knows?
What the Bennett?
Yeah, Bennett. Oh, Charles Bennett. Charles Crazy Horse Bennett. He snaps his 42 fight losing streak, dude.
I'm looking at the guy. I recognize him, but I have no clue why I recognize this guy.
Oh, dude, he's fought everybody.
He looks terrifying, dude.
I think you won by rear naked choke.
42 fight losing streak. That is. It says 21 fight losing streak, but that's still pretty intense.
Does it say 21 or 42?
It says 21 on this website.
I read 42 somewhere. I don't,
Jesus.
Internet's gonna internet. I got 42.
You can't. His overall record is 30-33.
brother.
You know what? I'm glad you kept at it, dude. That's impressive.
Are there any like topical things you want to talk about? There's been some mix up between we've been talking about this fight for a while now. There's been some mixed emotions about Conor Chandler. Does that fight happen? Does that fight happen, and what is the percentage in your mind that fight happens?
No, and if there's a percentage of it happening, probably like 10% at this point, I feel like.
Who does he fight?
I want it to happen, dude.
Conor's comeback fight, Chandler's a toss-up, bro. That's tailor-made for Conor's comeback. You think he's...
Him and fucking Dustin have been
at
each other.
Conor and Tony Ferguson. Dude, he needs Chandler. Now, Conor doesn't need anybody. Conor McGregor needs Michael Chandler. And I'm sorry, Conor, you're always welcome on CCMMA.
Always.
Oh, 100, dude.
Clicks would go crazy.
Clicks go crazy. I think he needs Chandler. He needs that fighting style. He's gonna come back and get starched versus Justin Gaethje, get pieced up again versus Dustin Poirier. Sorry. Deep that Cajun, that Louisiana boy, Dustin Poirier. Say what you want about his jiu-jitsu or his wrestling. That boy's knocking you out. Not just you, but you in general. Me, Kyle.
90% of the world is getting KO'd by Dustin Poirier.
It doesn't matter what weight class either.
No. Conor
needs Chandler. Now, you can flip that on its head. Chandler needs Conor. He's been out for 2 years, bro.
Yeah, dude.
He needs that paycheck. He needs to get...
He's had so many chances to take other fights, and I think he just was like, I want this fight. I don't care. My career's probably... I bet that could be his last fight anyway. He could be done.
I think Chandler's given up hope a little bit, or he's at least showing like the show and tell, like, no, I'm exploring other options. Bro, no, you're not. Are you gonna fight Gamrot if he beats Hooker? No. You're an idiot. Go up to 170 and fight Bilal. I don't know. I heard Makhachev's going to 185. Have you heard this?
I heard Bilal said, "Hey, bro, no, don't. You could go to 185 and win right now.
Javier Mendez, his coach, Habib's, notorious coach, Islam's coach at AKA out in San Jose. He was like, yeah, Islam, all he has to do is gain a little bit of weight. Those guys, those Dagestanis, they put on weight like it's nobody's business. He can go to 185 and fight who? You give Islam Robert Whittaker. These guys just don't understand. Like, there are weight classes for a reason. I think Islam loses versus Colby.
Oh my God. Not if he fights like he did versus Leon. A broken foot or not, I don't care, dude.
Come on. You're talking about All-American in Colby Covington.
Colby was a punching bag in that fight. He moved less than a punching bag.
Come on. He celebrated like he won.
Yeah, which was the stupid. Like, that was like, come on, bro.
Anyways. Any other MMA news? Oh, I never want to get political, or I never want to get like accusational on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
There's something going on with Alex Pereira.
Oh.
And it needs to be addressed because...
Not by us.
No, but he has SA allegations, and they've been disproven already. So if you're a casual and you've seen anything on X or you've seen anything on Instagram, I just want to keep y'all up to date. She came out herself and...
Wow. That should be... Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Sure. I just wanted to... He's our guy. And I'm not going to let the casuals think that, I saw this thing on X or I saw this thing on Twitter. You fell for it, dog. She's promoting her...
TikTok BS.
She's promoting her OF, dude.
Link in bio. God almighty.
Anyways, I think that's all I got for UFC 305, Kyle.
That's all we got today, boys.
Episode going up. Watch the press conference. Look at the mannerisms. Watch the weigh-ins on Friday. Do you have anybody missing weight?
Nah. No.
I think everybody's dialed in for this. This was an important one.
This is a big card.
We're only 5 cards after UFC 300. The blunder that was UFC 300. The one that was supposed to wreck the next 20 UFCs. And we're getting this stacked card.
It's pretty intense. It's pretty crazy.
Let's hope nobody falls out. Let's hope everybody's on their P's and Q's.
All P's and Q's.
Crossing their T's, dotting their I's. I am your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez, always here. No matter who steps up, I'm always going to be here with my guy.
Kyle, Diorio, we love you, and we're out.